ask yourself what's happening in the world. I remember a couple years ago I went to Jamaica and I brought in an item and I paid $30 for it. But when the custom officer wanted to evaluate the cost, he pulled up on his documentation. And of course, he pulled from the online version that the item was valued over 100 US dollars. I said to him, that's impossible. It dawned on me that there are certain things running haywire in our society. When one person can be in another country and is charged a certain price, and if he's in the locality, he's charged another price. But sometimes in the same locality, you are charged different prices. And that is what I want to talk to you about today: surveillance pricing, which refers to the practice where businesses use advanced surveillance technologies and data analytics to set and adjust the price of their products and services based on detailed information about you. Yes, you. The concept involves monitoring your behavior, and I've always said that before regarding AI, your preferences, your purchasing patterns, and even your personalized characteristics to optimize pricing strategies to ensure that they maximize their profits. Yes, you have never thought about that. The reality is that they are doing it. Now let us look at the components of surveillance pricing. Number one, data collection. They analyze your behavior. They track your online activities, such as your browsing history, your search queries, and the time you spend on each specific pages. Let me also say the transaction data. They monitor your purchases, your histories, your frequency of patterns and purchases, and average spending amount on various items. Yes, they have your personal data. They gather information from social media profiles, public records, and other sources to build a comprehensive consumer profile of you. Yes, they have been doing it for years. Data analytics. Yes, they use machine learning algorithms, using algorithms to analyze and collect data and identify patterns and trends in your own behavior. Yes, they can also predict using data, forecasting future purchasing behavior, for example, Christmas time. And they use historical data and current trends in our society. For many individuals, you love vouchers and discounts. Don't you notice sometimes when you get these vouchers and discounts, when you go into the store, the price is more expensive than you would have thought? I remember one time in the UK, I wanted to buy a particular shoe. So I went in and looked at it and I waited for the sale. When the sale came, it was higher. Now, these deceptive practices are online. They practice what is called dynamic pricing, real-time adjustment. They can change prices in real time based on the current trend and demand. And of course, they're watching your behavior. And this is what they call competitive pricing. At whose expense? They have learned to personalize pricing by offering prices to different consumers based on their willingness to pay. And of course, they get this from their data. The feedback loop continues, continuous monitoring, consistently gathering data about you and adjusting pricing strategies. It happens. But who benefits from this? Of course, the companies. They optimize their profit from each consumer. Businesses and maximize, of course, everything they want. Yes, they get enhanced insight from surveillance of us. Detailed data collection helps them to grow their business and make us more addicted to their products. Yes, they think it's competition and they think it's an advantage, but there are certain concerns and challenges about this sort of thing they're doing to us. Now, let us look at the ethical concerns and challenges, privacy issues, the extensive data collection, and the use of our personal data is, of course, significant. This is a privacy concern. Consumers might feel uncomfortable knowing the level of surveillance that's happening now. There's also the ethical concerns about personalized pricing, which can lead to discrimination. We all know that, where different consumers pay different prices for the same product, practically leading to unfair practices. There's so many things wrong with this. And let us also look at consumer trust. Knowing this and the extensive surveillance available to companies and how they use our data, do you still trust them after hearing this? I don't trust them. Notwithstanding, this practice will continue. It's unfair to us as consumers. As e-commerce, travel, hospitality, insurance, and retail individuals use these strategies, they get more from us. Let me say that surveillance pricing is an injustice to consumers for several reasons. Number one, privacy evasion. The extensive collection of our personal data without permission sometimes is dangerous. Price discrimination. Personalizing prices can lead to unfair price discrimination where different consumers again pay more, as stated earlier. And there is no reason or justification for doing that. The lack of transparency. Consumers don't know that these issues are happening behind them. They think they're getting a deal when it's obviously a deal to steal from them. The exploitation of the vulnerable. Surveillance pricing can exploit consumers' vulnerability, such as their willingness to pay more during emergency situations. You've seen that. The erosion of customers' autonomy. They have lost their power, the power to bargain, because of manipulation and AI algorithms. Of course, economic inequality. One sector in our society pays more but earn less. And that's the reality. Unlimited access to discounts. When you're thinking about a discount, you're not getting it. You're actually getting a higher price. We have reduced our bargaining power by allowing these companies to take control. And there is also algorithmic bias in this situation. Let me say there's potential for manipulation by these companies who own our data. But surveillance pricing represents a significant shift in how business approach pricing strategies. And of course, it affects us as consumers. And we have to pay more and sometimes get less. Are you satisfied with these companies holding your data? Are you satisfied how you have been narrowed down to a number? And even using that same number, you get charged more. That's all for now. That's surveillance pricing for you.